wonderful people. I hope that you are all having a splendiferous day, wherever you are on this beautiful globe. Today, we're going to be getting into scraping! Yes, that's right, scraping. Now, some people are thinking, what are you talking about? And I'm talking about Gua Sha, as the Chinese call it. I call it scraping. Facial scraping, some people do it on the face, that's facial scraping, that's more of a gentle thing. We're going to be talking about hard physio scraping. Sorry, I have a runny nose. Now, we're going to be covering blood flow, fascia, and pain. So let's get started with some blood flow, yo. Okay. When you first start the scraping process, hey, let me demonstrate with a scraper. This is a new scraper I have. This works very well. I like the finger holes in it. Here's another example of a typical metal scraper. It's going to work with this one today though. This is great. Basically, blood flow. That's where we're at. When you start scraping an area of the body, that's where you usually do it, on the body, you see visually which areas need the most attention. And you gauge this through which areas have a lot of blood flow going to them. So you can see the capillaries bursting on the surface, and this signifies scar tissue. So you start off light and then you get heavier. I'm doing a demonstration. I will demonstrate properly at the end for you. But you start off light, then you get more intense as the process goes along. And yeah, you look for areas which are really coming up. Red, purple, dare I say. And yeah, it's that's a really good way of gauging the areas that need treatment. Coincidentally, these areas hurt the most too. So yeah, that's where it needs doing. But hey, when it needs doing, right? Let's lift heavy. So the blood flow has many benefits. Basically, right, you've got a muscle and it's had an insult to it. When this happens, the only thing a muscle can do as a reaction to said insult is contract. And getting some blood flow and like some nutrients to it and everything, allowing the muscle to relax, all of this enables it enables the old blood to get out of the muscle, because otherwise it's trapped up in there and it gets all nasty. So you want to get that blood out and get some new blood in. So scraping, it moves all of the lymphatic fluid everywhere, and it increases blood flow and might burst a few capillaries and other blood vessels on the way. But hey, it's all in the name of good health. Next, we're going to talk about fascia. That's right, the fascia. Fascia is the connective tissue that all of us have going through all of our body. And when there's been, again, an insult to an area of the body, you can get adhesions in the fascia, where bits of it stick together. They're not gliding past each other as you would like them to. And what you want to do is you would like to stretch. So if I'm going to straighten the arm, if I'm going to scrape my arm, let's say the forearm, I want to stretch the fascia out before I scrape it, and I'm scraping it towards my heart. This helps all the lymphatic fluid and everything, and the blood move the right way, not burst as many blood vessels and all this type of stuff. It's good for you, moving it towards the heart as a general rule of scraping. So basically, if I was to scrape the arm, First of all, I would want to stretch the fascia. So like this, and then I'm doing the forearm up here, so I'd stretch this down and then scrape like so, but a little bit harder. And think about it like this. If you're gonna iron your bed sheets, any item of clothing really, you want to stretch it out before you iron it, because then you're not ironing creases into your fabric. Now the same rules apply to scraping the fascia. Basically, you want to stretch it. So if it's my tricep, I would be like, oh, the tricep's tight. The tricep's tight, it needs a scraping. I would stretch it like this and then scrape down all the way down the muscle. But again, do it a bit harder. And what I would say is it's a lot less painful if you use lube. Any form of lubrication, baby oil, sex lube, anything like that is good. There is an advantage to not using the lube, namely being if you're scraping right before a workout. A light scraping is great before a workout. It activates muscles, areas which are really niggling people and stopping them from lifting. A light scraping beforehand can desensitize the area to pain and generally just make everything work a lot better. I have been unable to lift heavy. My coach has given me a bloody good scraping, and I've been able to get a PB that day. So there's massive benefits, and that is usually done without lube. It stimulates the mechanoreceptors in the skin, and it has certain advantages. However, if you want to go deep, I advise lubricating the skin, because pain is a limiting factor otherwise, and you can get deeper, harder, faster if you use a little bit of lube. Okay. Another thing about the fascia. A new theory of like psychology and kind of, I don't know, trauma shit is that basically a lot of trauma emotions, people are hypothesizing that they're tied up in the fascia, and that by releasing the tension in the fascia that you can release some of these like bad experiences that are locked in the body. And so, hey, let's get our fascia nice and loose, eh? Okay, next thing I'm going to talk about is pain. I've already touched on this with the lube. Basically, scraping bloody hurts. It really hurts if you do it proper. Often I am tapping out, I am like moving away. People have had me in like a headlock so they can like scrape my neck and everything. Because otherwise I am running away before the job is done. No pain, no gain. That is very true when it comes to scraping. The thing is though, is that a short period of pain can enable you to live your life more pain-free. So I think it's generally worth doing. It's just, and hey, what about increasing your pain tolerance? What about pushing what you can bear as a human being and being able to take on the world? That's really fucking important. One way you can do that is by scraping, you know, hard exercise, whatever you want. But hey, when you're faced with the pain of some hard physio, why not view it in that way? It is a treatment that's not for the faint-hearted, you know, and when I've scraped my girlfriend in the past, I have maybe gone too hard on those gentle, delicate female muscles, you know, and you do need to gauge the pain, but basically, if you're a big strapping bloke, you can take a bloody hard scraping and it does really hurt. The lube helps ease it up, and starting nice and gentle and going into it progressively is a great way to make it more tolerable. So it's not for the faint-hearted, but come on. We're powerlifters, yo. Let's fucking do this shit. Okay, basically, I am going to demonstrate to you how I go about doing a scraping. I'm going to demonstrate on the tricep. It felt rather tight, just an at-home upper body workout. Well, I did it a couple of hours ago. So basically, they need a bit of TLC. Let's get it happening. To start off with, you want to stretch the fascia and straighten out the muscle. And so basically, tricep up, bent, so the tricep is now under quite a lot of tension. This would be a lot less painful if I had some lube with me. And then you want to start right from the elbow down. Let's see if you can hear this. Okay, come on, let's see. That's it. Wow, this area right here, this really needs it, and I'm scared to go on without any lubrication. Ow. Yeah, it really needs lube. I am a massive wimp when it comes to this type of thing. Yeah, so I will continue this treatment using lubrication after I've recorded this video, but that's generally how you go about doing things. You want to look for you want to stretch the fascia, look for the areas that are lighting up red, and usually it's the areas that hurt the most as well, and then really target it. I can feel this area down here is really, really painful. And the way I would do it is start right near the elbow or at one end of the limb and scrape towards the heart, and you want to angle it like this a bit, you know, so it's going into it instead of smoothing out. Well, you are smoothing out, but you're doing it quite aggressively. Don't have it like this, have it angled up like that, and then basically scrape hard, get harder and harder as you go along, and by the end, I don't know, yeah, that's come up a little bit red there, a little bit of red. So by the end, you can see the areas that are going red. They're the areas you need to go deep in. You can like dig it in as well. I got a ball on the end of this one. You got these like, this end is like really quite aggressive. And yeah, it's a great tool. It's a fast but hard way to hit those injuries. And yeah, it's a tool. Use it. Now, I hope you found this information useful. If you did, hey, even if you didn't, I don't care. Subscribe down below, like the video, and I'll catch you next time. Peace!